In this video, let's talk about, should you diversify 50,000 pesos? How many stocks should you buy if you have 50,000 pesos? If you want to know more about that, check this video out. So for today's video, we have a very interesting topic. What are you supposed to do if you have 50,000 pesos? Should you just buy one stock or distribute it and buy a lot of stocks? And you might be asking, what if I don't have 50,000 pesos, or what if I have more than 50,000 pesos already? Then you can still use this video as a template. The strategies and the principles that you have here is something that will work if you have 25,000 pesos, 100,000 pesos, 500,000 pesos, a million pesos. But what you do is get the principles, get the logic, and apply it on your own. The technique on why I have been doing videos like this is not really for you to really use this as picks and you copy what I'm saying, but the goal here is while I'm discussing this, you apply it on your own and you get the principles and the strategies. So this video is brought to you by a question that was sent by Sheena Marcelino. So let's read her question. Hi Sir Marvin, I've been a fan of you since the lockdown. I agree with the guiding light messages that you have been getting. Ayun na naman. Guys, guiding light. Ayun ang guiding light. Anyways, if you have a better suggestion of how you want to put it or you want to call me, put it in the comment section. Guiding. Anyways, I follow you both on Erwan Yusuf. I follow him for cooking advice and I follow you for money advice. Both of you have been amazing during these tough times. Because of your book, Where Should You Invest? I built my finances in order. I have zero debt at 24 years old. I have stable income, a good side hustle, and I already have 1 year's worth of emergency fund. I am also single just like Maya Valles. Ayun na naman si Maya. Okay to, fan na fan ka talaga. Alam mo yung guiding light, alam mo yung Erwan Yusuf references, and alam mo si Maya Valles. May pabilin pa. Shout out to everyone reading this. I am single and ready to mingle. Oy guys, kaya klaklaruin ko lang, this is Stock Smarts, this is not Tinder. The questions that you guys have been sending just keeps on getting interesting throughout the days. Anyways, after reading your book, Stock Investing Made Easy, I now have the courage to invest in the stock market. My question, sir, is this. I have 50,000 pesos. Should I diversify it or not? Thank you, Sir Marvin. I will forever be a fan. Advance happy birthday, Sheena Marcelino, Makati City. Okay, lahat ng banggit mo, guiding light, Erwan Yusuf, tapos si Maya Valles. Nagpa-shoutout ka pa about your love. Anyways, before I answer the question, Sheena Marcelino, I commend you for where you are right now. It's amazing, no, that at 24 years old, you have cash flow coming in, even at this very hard times. You have zero debt. You have a side hustle, you have more than a year's worth of emergency fund. That's something very good because it gives you a cash buffer and it allows you to become more aggressive. It reminds me about me, and what's so interesting about that is you already built your foundation on how to properly build your finances, because that's how it is, that's how it can be done. If you do it properly, you do it the correct way, you do it in a way where, I'm not in the market, I'm not investing in the market just because habol ko yumaman kagad, but you are in it because you see it as a stepping stone on how you can grow your money. Please remember, there's so many misconceptions about the market. Madaming nagsasabi, utang muna ako, parang inutang ko, mas malaki yung possible na kikitain. Utang ako kasi mas malaki yung pwede kong kitain sa stock market kesa sa pwede kong bayaran na interest. So I can make money sa stock market, make 10, 20, 30, 40% a month sa stock market, then yun yung pambabayad ko ng utang. That's so wrong, guys. I will never advise you to go into debt, to go into the stock market, and borrow money to go into the stocks or to invest. Because, alam niyo bakit? Ito yung sure ko eh. And I've been saying this over and over again in all of the videos that I've been making. 8 months from now, you don't know how much you will earn. Pero for sure, yung utang mo, sure mo na babayaran yun. And iba yung tapang nyo if you are investing your own money. Iba yung tapang nyo, your aggressiveness, if you know good trade, bad trade, wala kayong babayaran. I highly suggest that to all of you. The stock market is not a jackpot machine. The stock market is a great way for you to multiply wealth if done properly over the long term. But no way is it something na pag tumama kayo, it will change the course of your entire destiny? It's not like that. It's never about get rich quick. It's about doing it right. It's about loving the process on how you can grow and build wealth. So what's interesting about Sheena also, and I'll say this right here, right now, is she's building it right. She's doing the proper rudiments of financial planning. Cash flow is intact. She has cash. She's not in debt. And then she has disposable income for investing. And that's what I did also. So to share to a lot of people, the people are asking, how did I do it? How did I start? I did quit my job agad. I started building the portfolio based on the cash that I have, knowing that I have cash flow, knowing that I could add to the market, knowing that I had an emergency fund. And in the same way, knowing that if I do it right, I make right trades, I could put it back into the market to allow me to have a bigger portfolio. So that being said, how should you diversify 50,000 pesos? So I'll break it down into different segments. What are those segments? Level 1, meaning you're just starting out. You don't know yet. You don't have a fundamental analysis plan yet. You don't know how to do the technicals yet. Or at least you know it via reading the books or watching the videos. But in essence, you still have not built a strategy and you still have not seen it from experience that, hey, this actually works, that I can actually make this happen. So if you have not done it yet, your technique and what I suggest to you is this. 50,000 pesos, hati-hatiin mo siya. Split it into smaller trades. Either 2,500 pesos, 5,000 pesos. People always place a large preference on ano mangyayari sa 8,000 rule na yan. Don't worry about that first kasi your goal when you're starting is huwag nyo muna unahin, isipin kung magkano kikitain nyo kagad kasi 50,000 pesos won't really make you rich eh. You use the 50,000 pesos as a stepping stone for you to build the right skills, the right acumen, the right strategy, using the right principles. So my suggestion, 50,000, distribute it. Trades worth 2,500 pesos, trades worth 5,000 pesos. That's what matters the most first. Start with that. Because if that's the way you look at it, if you're using 5,000 peso trades, then that means meron kang 10 trade na pwedeng gamitin na tig 5,000 pesos. Or if you're using 2,500 peso trades, that means meron kang 20 trades na pwede mo gamitin na tig to 2,500 pesos. What does that do for you? In the world of trading, the more you do it, the better you become. In the world of trading, the more you do it, the more you build the skill, the more you build the acumen, the more you build the experience, and the more ka mahahasa eh. Kailangan mo na mas madaming bala pag nagsisimula ka pa lang so that you get to see, you get to build your style. Ano ba ako? Position trader ba ako? Ano ba ako? Quick trader ba ako? Ano ba bibilin ko? Yung mga highly volatile stocks that have lesser volume, or I'm gonna buy the ones with solid volume pero they're not as volatile. You have to develop that first. Ano gagamitin ko? Support and resistance, moving average, RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands. Do I do Fibonacci retracements? Do I do Elliott Wave? Do I do chart patterns? If you don't have the answer to that yet, wag mo gamitin yung buong 50,000. Hati-hatiin mo siya. Small amounts. It doesn't have to be 2,500. It doesn't have to be 5,000. But it has to be an amount that's relatively small to you. It has to be an amount that pag nag-trade ka, hindi ka kakabahan. It has to be an amount also na madami kang chances kung nagkamali ka, without hesitation, you will cut loss. It also has to be a small amount that mabilis mo siya ma-churn kagad. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And that's my suggestion. So, kung nagsisimula ka pa lang, hindi mo pa alam kung ano yung strategy mo, hatiin mo muna yun. Your goal, if you're in level 0, is to build a good number of trades to see and build a track record from that. Level 2. This is for you naman. Kunyari, may 50,000 ka pero na-develop mo na yung skill mo, you have a strategy, you have the right principles, and you have experience to back up what you want to do. Then this is for you. Hindi mo na siya kailangan hati-hatiin into smaller trades. Hindi mo na siya kailangan i-switch into, okay, 2,500 pesos, 5,000 pesos per trade. You don't have to do that anymore. Your goal right now is, if you've developed already the right acumen and skill, is to deploy capital so that that capital can make money for you. So that if you notice the progression, no, first level, focus on learning, focus on building the experience, focus on building the strategy. Next level is, pag na-develop mo na yun, dun mo na isipin kumita. Kasi baliktad minsan habol kagad ng tao, kumita kagad. Hindi yun habulin nyo muna gumaling. Pag gumaling kayo, dun kayo kikita. So, by the way, itong share ko na to, this is based from my own background. This is based from what I did. So, it may be different for other people. This is not something, I don't know if you'll find this in any other book, but I'm just sharing from my own experience. I'm just sharing from what I did. In my opinion, if you have 50,000 pesos, tapos underlying na may cash ka pa naman, may sweldo ka pa naman, may emergency fund ka, wala kang utang, I personally would just put that in one stock. That's my technique. Hindi ko na siya paghihiwalay-hiwalayin eh. you know what it does? Pag linagay mo siya sa isang stock lang, mapipilitan ka mag-aral eh. You will be forced to study the stocks that you're watching. Kesa, alam mo yun, it's all 50,000. Sige, hati-hatiin ko na lang siya, 5 stock, may tatama din dyan. Please remember, diversification is not an excuse for you not to study. Diversification is not an excuse for you na, sige, I can be lazy with this, okay lang, kahit yung 3 galing sa tip na binigay ng kaibigan ko, yung 2 yung pag-aaralan ko. No. You know what? If you're just watching one stock, or you will just buy one stock, it will force you, 5 yung nasa watchlist mo, alin dito yung pinakamaganda, ano dito yung pinakamaganda, you will have to rank them. It will force you to really take the time to study, to figure out ano yung pinakamaganda dun. So, yun suggestion ko, at yun yung ginagawa ko. Kung 50,000 lang, isang stock muna, focus on that first. So, you might say, baka masyadong risky naman yan. Hindi risky yun eh, kasi kaya nga may level 0, dun dapat kayo magpa-practice. If hindi ka pa confident to put it in one stock, then that means you have not built the craft in level 0. Go back to level 0. If you feel that you're not comfortable to do it yet, then go back and start practicing with smaller amounts. And please remember, it's not reckless because wala ka naman utang, you're diversified, you have cash, and may salary ka. And I hope that you have other investments also on top of what you're getting in the market. Now, here's another way also to look at it. So if you have 50,000 pesos, I said one stock, pero you also have to gauge it based on your own risk tolerance and what you can tolerate. Because please remember this, we get scared not because just of the volatility of the percentage that we could also lose, but we also get scared based on baka yung peso amount hindi natin kaya. So questions that you should ask yourself is basically this. If I invest 50,000 pesos, and then as I start investing 50,000 pesos, the stock drops 10% or 5,000 pesos, can I tolerate it? Will I panic? Or if the stock drops 5% to 2,500 pesos, can I quickly, if it's part of my rule to cut loss, can I cut loss without hesitating? If the answer to that is yes, then go ahead, stick with 50,000. But if the answer to that is no, then that means you can still trade. But what you should do is you should diversify. Meaning, instead of 50,000, one stock, maybe what you should do right here, right now is 50,000, 2 stocks. 25,000 in one stock, 25,000 for another stock. However, this is what's gonna happen. As you start to trade also using 25, you need to ask yourself first, 25,000. Kung bumagsak yun ng 10% or 2,500 pesos, am I okay? Will I be willing to cut loss? Or same question still, 25,000. Kung bumagsak yun ng 5% or 1,250, will I be okay? Or will I be willing to cut loss? Will I be scared from the volatility? If the answer to that is no, then go ahead, proceed, 50,000 pesos, divide it into 2. 25,000, 25,000, 2 stocks. That's a possible scenario. But if you're scared about that, if there's still volatility and then you cannot take the volatility, then the next feasible and probable technique for you will to split it further. So, kanina, 1 stock hindi kaya, 2 stocks hindi kaya. Let's split it into 3 stocks. But for this scenario, 3 stocks, I'm not gonna equally weight it naman. What you're gonna do is, first stock, 20,000 pesos, second stock, 20,000 pesos, and the third stock, 10,000 pesos. So, 20, 20, 10, not equally weighted. Now, the same thing, you repeat the same question. Ask yourself, if I have 20,000 pesos, bumagsak siya ng 10%, I lose 2,000, kaya ko ba siya? Or ask the same question, 20,000, bumaba siya ng 5%, I lose 1,000 pesos, kaya ko ba siya? If the answer to that is you can already tolerate it, hindi ka nakakabahan, then stick to that. Use 3 stocks, 20,000, 20,000, 10,000. But if the answer to that is no, then you have to diversify further. So, magiging 4 na stock already. So, the more you diversify, the allocation becomes smaller and smaller and smaller already until it comes to a point now you can tolerate the trade, that you can tolerate the stock that you're putting, you can tolerate the amount, because it does not make sense if you're just allocating it kasi habol yung kumita. It does not make sense na you're just allocating it because pag tumama ako, mas malaki kikitain ko. You always have to think about, what if hindi kayo tumama? What if it goes down? What if it does not go the way you want it to go? You always not just have to think about the upside, but you also have to think about the possible downside as well. You already know ano gagawin mo pag 50,000 pesos yung pera mo. Pero ito yung kailangan isipin eh. Hindi naman magiging 50,000 pesos lagi yung pera nyo. Kasi bakit? Kung may sweldo ka pa, you have money that you're putting in to your stock position, meaning your stocks becomes bigger. Or in the same way, kung tama yung ginagawa mo, you are trading the right way, you're buying good stocks, then naturally, lalaki rin yung portfolio nyo. So what should you do pag ganun? Should it always be ganun lang lagi? 50,000 one stock, 25,000 two stocks? What if it gets bigger? That's what level 3 is all about. If your portfolio continues to get bigger or you continue to add to it via having good trades or adding money, this is what you're supposed to do next. So for example, your portfolio hits 100,000 pesos or it hits 75,000 pesos. Repeat those steps. Meaning, at 100,000 pesos, kaya ko ba one stock? If the answer to that is no, then hatiin mo. 2 stocks, 50-50. If the answer to that is no, then 3 stocks, 33, 33, 33. If the answer to that is no, 4 stocks, 25, 25, 25, 25. So, repeat the steps in step 2, pero put milestones. Meaning, if your money hits 75,000 pesos, reassess. Can I tolerate this much allocation in one stock? If my money hits 500,000 pesos, can I tolerate 500,000 pesos in one stock? Can I tolerate 100,000 pesos, 5 stocks each for 500,000? So, ganun lang lagi. You just start from what we talked about nung maliit siya. The same principles will always work because it does it. Principles are timeless. It works. So meaning, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, as it starts to scale, whatever you did, whatever style strategy you have for 50,000 pesos, you just scale it up to 100, 200, 500. And it always has to come to a point that you should trade an amount of money that you can tolerate. And please remember this. You might say, paano yan? Hindi ko nga kaya 50,000. Guess what? When your money hits 1 million, when your money hits 500,000, yung dating hindi mo kaya na isang stock na 50,000, pagdating na 500,000 na pera mo, kaya mo na siya. And your tolerance also changes through time. Meaning, the more exposed you are to the market, the larger your portfolio is, the larger your experience is, the better your skills are, your tolerance also would change. So there, I hope it helps you. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Comment below if you're learning. By the way, may bonus level akong gusto dagdag. Sabi niya, shout out daw na single ako, naghanap ako ng love life. Guys, hindi to Tinder. Pero ito gusto ko sabihin. You're 24 years old. You're young. It's okay to be single. It's okay to build your empire. Don't rush getting into something that you think it's not yet time. Don't rush getting into something that, tingin mo hindi mo pa naman kailangan gawin kasi you can still build your empire, can build your portfolio, and then di mo na lang mamalayan, dadating na lang pala yun. So ganun yung pinakamaganda. Kahit sa majority ng taong nakita ko na naging sobrang successful in their business, in their career, and in love, they were focusing in whatever season they were in, business, investments, career, then bigla na lang dumating, and then they knew their season was shifting. So if you think you are in the season of your life that you want to build your money, you want to build your empire, you want to build your business, you want to build your investments, focus ka muna doon. Pero pag dumating, know that your season is shifting, pero hindi mo naman kailangan madaliin eh. Hindi mo kailangan i-pressure sarili mo. Ganun din naman nangyari sa akin eh. Hindi ko naman in-expect eh. I wanted to just build and build and build, and then but when it comes, it comes. So, there. That was bonus kasi it's not really stock market related already, it's love related already. Hindi naman to love channel, no? Pero pangarap lang natin tumulong sa bawat tao, and I think aspects also of how your money goes, malaking ano rin sa personal life ninyo. So there, I hope you were able to learn a lot from this video. So the answer to that is 50,000 pesos. Should it be 1 stock, 2 stock, 3 stock, 4 stocks, 5 stocks, 6 stocks, 7 stocks, 8 stocks, 9 stocks, 10 stocks? It depends where you are in your skill level. It also depends on what your acumen is, what your expertise are, and also what you can also tolerate. Because I'll say this over and over, the stock market at the end of the day is still an investment. Meaning, it should be working hard for you, it should be adding to you, it should not make you lose sleep. Because if you're losing sleep from your investments, then maybe it's not worth it. Then maybe it's not something that you should be getting into, because there are other asset classes out there. So there, if you guys learned a lot from this, my name's Marvin Gurmo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I have 2 channels here in YouTube. This is my first channel, Marvin Gurmo, where we have over 1,600 videos, and I have a second channel called Stock Investing Made Easy, where we do a deep dive on technical analysis, where we do a deep dive on current stocks that are moving, that are trending, that are breaking out and breaking down as well. So if you want daily content about the market, subscribe to both of my channels and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing. And if this video helped you, gave you value, appreciate it if you could press a thumbs up, obliterate it, smash it, like it, so that the YouTube algorithm pushes up this video more. So there, if you guys want to learn more about everything that I'm talking about in the stock market. I have books available in the description below. You can order them via Shopee, and Shopee will send it wherever you are in the Philippines. And above and beyond that, if you want to learn from online courses to online collaborations with Chinkitan and Shansi, also in the description below, I have playlists on technical and fundamental analysis, all available in YouTube. They're also in the description. Those who want to invest in US markets, eToro, $50 only. You get to trade the markets using it as well. So there, that's it for now. This is Marvin Gurmo. I hope you guys got a lot from this video. I hope that this gave you massive content. I hope that this helped you also answer the questions that you want, because fundamentals answers selection, technicals answers timing. This is more already about portfolio management. How do you manage the money that comes your way? How do you allocate it properly? Similar to Sheena, if you guys have questions, put them in the comment section below and I'll try to answer them. If I can answer them quickly, I'll put a quick comment. If not, I'll send you a link to another video that I created that I know will answer that question. Or if you have a very, very personal question, just slide a DM via my Instagram at Marvin Gurmo. So there. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.